Hello guys, welcome to this Python online tutorial classes. So this classes will be conducted from henceforth based on the topics that are not covered in the class. So let me go to the syllabus. So due to this shutdown, I'll be teaching through this YouTube videos henceforth. So in the class we have done till iteration. So from today I'll start with the string concepts. So I'll go through the topics of strings first, then we'll take each topic separately. I'll explain it through a PPT, then I'll execute it real time and show the output of it, so that will be a better understanding for you all so that you can have a follow-up with what I'm teaching there itself. Okay, just make cross verify that is recording. Yeah, fine. So okay, so this is what the summary is with respect to the previous topics what we have discussed in the classroom. That is we have done with sorry, this is of files. Okay, we are done with looping, while loop, for loop. Okay, so then we have also discussed this break, continue, loops, iteration variables, and finding largest as well as smallest. And we have also executed some basic programs on this in the lab also. So now I'll start with something called as a string. So sorry, I'm playing around with this. So all this have been done in the class. Okay, so okay, so what are strings? So string data type, as you all know, a string is a sequence of characters. A string literally uses a quotes, it might be a single quote or a double quotes in order to represent a string. So as you can see here, I have a string 1 has hello and string 2 has there. So if I use this plus symbol, which is not an addition operation, in fact is a concatenation when I use between two strings. So when I print this, I'll be getting hello there. Okay, now for strings, the plus name means concatenated. When a string contains number, it is still a string. So what happens here is, for example, if you have a string and if you place this 1 2 3 in single quotes, it is a string right now. Okay, now if I do string 3 equal to string 3 plus 1, it will show me a error, traceback error, because st3 is a string and 1 is a number. I'm trying to add 1 with a string, which doesn't happens. So but anyhow, we can do some typecasting here. So as we have done here, I am doing a typecasting. So typecasting can be done in order to have int of string st3, it will be converted to 1 2 3 of integer. The result will be 1 2 4. So this is a string type. Okay, now okay, so next, reading and converting. So what is this reading and converting? In the sense, when I read an input through the keyboard by using this input function, okay, I've entered some value, the value will be stored in this variable. So this if I print that, the output what is stored in this, for example, I am placing this SHUCK into this variable name. So the variable name is stored in this variable called as name. When I print it, it prints that particular thing. Okay, assume that I have entered 100. Now 100 is stored in this variable apple. So if I do this apple minus 10, it will show me a traceback error saying that we're trying to subtract 100 as a string with it integer value 10, which cannot happen because this particular thing apple is whatever the value is stored inside that is taken as a string now by default. So if you want to do that, there are two ways. Either when you can do it explicitly by using int over here, as you already know it, else you need to do a typecasting before performing the subtraction operation. So converting this to a integer type, then performing the subtraction operation. This is all about reading and converting. Read one type and convert it to other type to perform some operation. Okay. Okay. Next, looking inside the strings. So with the textbook example, if I'm supposed to go, there is, see, in this example we have this string called as banana. See, each string has some index values. Okay, the index value starts with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can get any single character in a string using an index specified in the bracket. So by using this index value, we can access each of these characters separately. So can be so as you can see in this, fruit is banana. The fruit of one is what that is stored in this variable letter. If I print that letter, I'll get what? A. So this is the case of, if you want to see the execution of this, so I'll run up this. So as you can see here, it prints the A output. Means if I keep on changing this to 3, it will print again to print A, because now the 3 is this one. Start with 0, 1, 2, 3. And if I say something 6, which is not here, it will show me a index out of range, because it starts with 0, it goes till 5. If I try to access 6th letter which is not there, it will show me string index out of range. Okay, this is the error you will find for the string. Okay, understood. Okay, next, a character to for, just now I explained. What if I try to access a character which is out of range? So index, it will show me a index out of range error. And make sure that you can also end up with having like a decimal value for index value, which is also show me one more error called as string indices must be a integer. This is also possible. So if in this case, if I say 2.5 and if I run it, so I might get an error like string index must be a integer and not a floating point number. Okay. Next, strings have length also. So there is a length function which can be used to find out the length of a string. So this is the len is the function being used for it. So if I use the same string length function here, so if I give I'll just take off this, and if I say length of fruit fruit, and if I print that directly, okay, it will print 6. So as you can see, the length starts with 0 to 5, but the length is 6 because there are 6 characters in this particular string. Okay, anyways, I forgot to mention regarding this, I'm using a editor called as Spider. You can also use the command prompt also to execute these programs to see an understanding of it. Okay, next, strings have length. So we have seen this length function which is of 6 characters. Next, to get the last character of a string, you might be tempted to try something like this. So if I try to find out the last character, and if I give the 6th one, as the example already we have seen, it will give me an error saying that the 6th character is not there because it goes from 0 to 5. So make sure you're going to give something like this, fruit of length minus 1, to print the last character. So beware of this. String start with 0, go to the last but 1 size. The size is 6, it goes till 5. Okay, So there is an alternative method of fetching a last characters or last but one character by using this. So for example, if I want to print say for example print fruit of -1, it will give me the, as you can see, it will give me the last a. So if I give -2, sorry, if I run this, it will give me n, that is last but 1. So this way I can go from back by using a negative index value. So negative index starts with 1, whereas positive index starts with 0. Okay, fine. Now looping through the string. So now let us see how to loop through the string by using some looping operations which we have learned. So the first example, I'm going to take a while loop. So using a while statement and a iteration variable, and we are using a length function to find out the length of it to loop through it. So what I have done is, for examples here, I initialize the fruit as the banana as per the example. We are running example. So index equal to 0, while index is less than length of fruit. So automatically, what is the length of fruit? It is 6. So the index value is, so 0 is less than 6, yes it is. So it enters the loop. Fruit of 0 is b. B is assigned to letter. So and print the letter. So then I'm going to increment this. So this is the iterator variable I've used. So index. So I need to keep on iterating until I print all the letters. So if I just copy this and run this simple program, so you'll have an understanding of it. It will print the letter one by one in a separate line. So as you can see here, 0th index value is b till the 5th index value is a. So I'm using this print statement by printing the index value as well as the letter. Okay. Next, looping through the strings. A definite loop using a for statement is much more elegant. So in case if I use a for loop than a while loop, as you all know, for loop iterates by itself based on whatever the thing you assign to the right hand side. So for example, I'm giving a variable, same example, banana. For letter in fruit, just print letter. So you need not worry about the increment happens automatically, because the for loop is designed such a way in Python, as you already know. So what happens is it keeps on printing one letter per one line with respect to iterator. So this is what the difference between a while, where and a for we have. So if I just run through this, as you can see, it keeps on printing one letter per one line. Okay, fine. Next, if I move on, so this is one more example, looping through, where I have a for loop and I have a while loop. So just see this, I need to have iterator variable which I need to increment it and keep on looping, whereas in case of for loop I need not do that. Okay, and to print the same output, just this one, I just have removed the index from this print statement what we had in this previous program. Okay. Next, looping and counting. What if we want to loop as well as count the characters? So for this, just see this program. And the case in this program, I'll just copy it down so that I have execution, I have a better understanding. So just see this, as you can see, the word I've taken as banana, I'm count equal to 0. So each time when if letter in the word, if letter equal to a, I'm just counting. If you don't want to count the letter a, if you want to know the number of characters, that can be easily found by using length function. But if you want to know how many times a particular character is present in this given string, then you can do this. So for letter in word, you see the first letter is what? B. Is B is equal to a? No. So then this then executes. Okay. Come back to for loop again. for loop increments automatically. Now the next letter is A, it is equal to A, yes, count increments to 1. So this way the value of final count should be 3. So let us see that, yes, it is 3. We are getting this value 3 as you can see in the this output index. Okay. Next, this is a simple example of how we can use looping to count the characters or to count the specific letter and its number of times repeated in the given string. Okay. Looping and counting. Next, looking deeper into with the in operator. So what is this looking deeper means? We can use this in operator, okay, just to check whether the given specific character or a word present in the string or not. Okay, so for example, for letter in banana, print letter. So in this case what happens, the in operator, as you all know, is already used in for loop, which checks by character and it keeps on printing each and every letter. Okay, so the in operator is used for that purpose. So instead of this, I can also use the in operator. See, as you can see here, the in keyword can also be used to check to see if one string is in another string. For example, I've assigned fruit as banana. If I check n in fruit, it will return 2. Means it will check whether the character n is present in this whole string. If it is present, it prints true. If it is not present, it prints false. As in the case here, m is not present in this particular string, it will print false. Okay, so these are the two uses of in, one in the case of for loop, other I can directly use in the case of example to check whether the given character is present in a string or not. Okay, fine. The next one, slicing. What is this slicing? This is a very important topic with respect to your exams or internals. So string slice, we can say that if you want to perform the operations on string where you want to print a part of it, where you want to just go through the part of a string, then we can use this string slicing operation. So in order to, for example, let me go with an example here itself. So just see this, I am going to print by applying a slicing. The string name is word. If I just see word of, okay, 0:3. So what I am saying here is start with 0th character, go till 3. Means this is a slicing syntax. We need to use this braces, wherein which I need to use this colon symbol between 2 digits. So starting number is 0, go till 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. It has to print till this A. So if I run this, see, you can see it is only printing BAN. So as you can see, it is not printing the third character. It always prints one less than that. So it will go till 0 to 2. Okay. So again, if I try with, see, for example, I'll go with 2 to 4. Okay, it will print from 2 means 0, 1, N to A. See, N and A are printed because N is the second character with the index 0, 1, 2 and A is the third character. So always remember this, whatever you give, the higher range, one less than that will be printed. What if I remove these two numbers? It will print everything. And if I run this, it prints everything. Okay, and it takes from 0 to 5. And you can also leave out some parameters. For example, if I give 0 and if I run it, again it prints everything from 0. And if I just start with 3 and print by leaving out the second parameter, it takes till last characters. So it takes till ANA, the last 3 character is printed, ANA. Next, if I go with nothing from the first parameter, and if I print 4, it starts with 0 and goes till 4. So what are you left out? It will go till last. If you left out at the first location, it starts with 0. That is what is string slicing operation. People, please try to understand. String slicing is very important. Okay. So this is a syntax for slicing. We use this, okay, and the name of the string, and inside this we use a colon. Between the colon, between two numbers we use the colon, and on the other side we will be using the numbers. And if you try to give, for example, I forgot to tell, if you try to give a number which is beyond the index, for example I'll give some 10, so automatically it goes to the maximum, that is the 5 index value. So if I run this, it prints the banana. It will show, don't show you error message. Okay. Next is your some more string slicing operation. They have explained about all the details. Just now whatever I gave the example in the case of execution itself. Okay. Next is string concatenation. As you are already aware of, we can concat two strings by using a plus symbol. So it is all about concatenation. Now this is very important. Strings are immutable. What do you mean by immutable? In the sense, strings cannot be modified with respect to index value. For example, see, as example they have explained here itself, hello world, assigning to a variable called as greeting. And if I try to do this, that is greeting of 0, means if I want to change this h to j, I can't do that, because the immutable property says that it cannot be modified once it has been assigned. If you want to create a one more jello world, instead of hello world, you are supposed to use a new string there. Okay, so that is the reason you cannot operate on this particular thing. So it will show you error. So for example, if you try to do this, word of 0 equals some character a, instead of b I want to place a. So if I run this, string object doesn't support the item assignment because strings are immutable, in the sense it cannot be modified once it has been created. Okay, but if you really want to place j in place of h, then you are supposed to create a new string there, as they have done in case of this. So give a new name, assign to that, and go with this. So what they have done is take a new variable SCC, and what you want to append, what you want to place, a instead of b, concat, okay, then do a slicing operation from where supposed to, I don't want this b, so I'll start with 1, go till the last. Okay, then if you print SCC, we'll have a understanding. So see, b is replaced with a. So this way, if you want to replace, you can create a new string by replacing only the character what you want to replace. But you never ever you can replace the same string with some other characters in between to it. That is the immutable property of a string. Okay. Next, string comparisons. String can be used for comparing two strings. For example, the word they have taken as pineapple. Now if the word is equal to banana, print all right bananas. So in this case it is not, right? So likewise we can have multiple comparison operation. We can use equal comparison, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, less than. So see, in this case word is less than banana, print your word comes before banana, of course, yes, right? So b comes before p, pineapple, so it prints this one. So this way I can also use your word pineapple comes before banana, because the p is the one which is greater than the b. So this way the words will be used to characterize. We can also use the comparison operators for the strings also. Okay, fine. Next comes the major part, string library. So what is this string library? Means we have n number of inbuilt library functions in the form of methods. We are going to call that in the program and use it. So string methods are n number of methods present in the string. So to know what are the string methods, so for example, if I have this string and just use this print, use the function called as dir and pass a string, that is word. I am passing a string, so it will print all the, this dir function will print all the methods which can be applied on this string. So as you can see on the right hand side, so these are all the string different methods. Center is alphanumeric lower. So let us see all this one by one with the execution of it. So I have made a separate string library. Okay, so we'll start with one by one. So okay, so string methods. The first one is capitalize method. So what is this capitalize method means? It will capitalize the starting of a given string. So for example, if I run this, just see this, the output is what? Hello and welcome to my world. So H has been capitalized, because when I say capitalize, whichever the string I am given, the first word will be capitalized. This is the use of this function capitalize method. See, please I hope everyone knows the difference between a method and a function. So there is no much difference. Actually method is also a part of a function, wherein which to call this method, just see this, I am using this object. What is this text? Text is assigned with the string. So this is an object for this particular string. So I need to use an object of a particular string type to call any of the string methods. Whereas in case of function, it doesn't happen like that. You can just use a function name by passing some parameters. But in case of this, I need to have a dot operator. I need to have an object of a string class. Anyhow, this is a string variable, so I can use this object to call the string methods. That is the main difference. Okay. Now what is this case fold? So case fold doesn't support in your Python 2.7. It will show me an error saying that case fold is not been included. As you can see, string object has no attribute case fold. So I have just opened the online editor where we have this Python 3 it is just going through. So what happens when I use a case fold means, whichever the case, it will be converted all to a specific lowercase letter. For example, see, hello, H is caps, A is caps, W is caps, T is caps, my M is caps, W is caps. So everything is converted to a normal case, that is a lowercase letters. That means it is folding all to lowercase. That is what the case fold will do. Okay. Okay. Next, center. There's one more method called as center. The method center will do is, it will centralize the string whatever you are given with a specified size. So let me, I have not copied this, so I'll just copy this. See, assume that I will take off this and I'll run up. See, by giving the spaces this side and this side, okay, of some 20, in between the word banana comes. To understand the difference, for example, this is string, right? Text is having a string called as banana. Text dot center means take a space of 20 bytes, between that place this word banana. So if you want to know the difference, understanding of this particular method, so I'll place some characters, say I'll place 0, okay, and I'll run this. Just see this, there are zeros both the sides, in between that I have a banana. So I have given size 20, so 20 is out of 20, this has been taken, that is 6 characters, so remaining is 14. 14 is 7 zeros on this side and 7 zeros on this side. So just see the difference. I'll make it 10. So 10 means 6 has been taken, 4 is left out. I need to have 2 on either sides. So 2 on this side, 2 on this side. So this way the string what you give will be centralized for the given size, and the remaining things are filled with whatever you specify. If you want to specify anything, it will take the space. as you have seen. Okay, good. Next method, count method. See, what is this count method is? It will count the number of times a particular character has been repeated. For example, I'll copy this, I'll take away these two parameters, I'll come back to that, and if I run, it say MIT is repeated 1 times in given this string. Okay, so I study in MIT Engineering College, so MIT is only 1 time it is present, it will give me a count of it. Okay, and you can also customize this by saying from where you're supposed to start this. For example, 10 comma 24 means start with the 10th index. See, that is 0 1 2 3 4 means it start with this and start finding this particular substring. Okay, means finding it and number of times it has been repeated. For example, I'll give some other string, hi, it is not present, so the count should be 0 because it is not present in hi is not present in this string. That's the reason we are going to use this count method to operate on the strings. These two are optional and this is mandatory to specify what to be counted. Okay, next method, ends with. Ends with is a method mainly used to find out whether a given string is ending with whatever the word I'm asking. So I'll run this. See, hello, welcome to my world. So have this my world at the last. So this either this string is ending with my word, I'm checking. So this is again optional 2 fields. So if I run, it will print a boolean value saying true or false. So in this case, my string is ending with my world, it prints true. So if you want, you can have some more elements like from where to start the search. Start with the 5th index value, from here go till 11, that is the last one. If it is present, it will print true, else it will print false. Why is it is printing false? Because I'm only going till 11th. So if I start with 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, 11 is till E. Till E I'm checking. Till E string is ending with my world. No, it is ending with welcome. So automatically it will give me a false. Okay, good. Next, expand tabs. So this is a method which gives me the tab spaces between the string what I am printing, but make sure you are going to place this /t over there. Okay, so if I run this, you will have an understanding of it. So see, I'm running this, it is giving me 2 spaces between each word. I have a LO, HELLO, between that I am placing /t. See, if I remove this 2 and if I run this, see, as you can see, this is hello. See, by default it is taking /t. /t is what? Tab. Tab is nothing but 8 spaces in this case. So it takes 8 spaces between two letters of a given string. 8 spaces again here, 8 spaces. If you want to customize this, how much tab has to take, how many spaces, you can use this. If you want only one space between 2 letters, see, you can have only 1 space. And if you don't want any spaces, then you're supposed to use, so you'll have a LO, the entire tab spaces. Nothing is left down, it will take a actual tab. It won't take spaces, it will take a 8 spaces, nothing but 1 tab between 2 letters. That is the reason we are using this expand tabs method. Okay, next one is find method. Why this find method is used? Find method is mainly used to find a specific character or a particular word, whether it is present in a given string or not. It's something like a pattern matching. So I'll directly copy this and show the execution so you have a better understanding of it. So I have copied it, I'll execute it. So it's saying 8. What do you mean by 8 here? It will give the index value of where the character is found. Means E. There are multiple E's. Yes or no? It will give me the index value of the last matching word. So E, first match is here at the index 1. 2 3 4 5 6 7 E, and again I got E at the 8th character. So this way the program will be executed for finding the character E. Why it is not printing this E? Because I'm only going till 5th to 10th character. See, if I take off this, then what should be the value of E now? Find function, it should be 8 9 10 11 12 13 should be the value of E. So let me run away this. Okay, good. See, when you are not specifying anything, it will give the first occurrences of it, that is the 1. And if you have this values being specified, say like this, and till some 19th character, sorry, okay, 8th, sorry, okay. So understand, I'll take my word back. See, the find is a method which will print the first occurrences of E, not the last occurrences, it is the first occurrences. I'll just take my word back because I thought it is a iFind. It is not iFind, it is a find method which will print the first occurrences of it. So if I take off this and run it away, it prints the value index 1. Okay, this is a find method to print the first occurrences of a given letter in a given string. So what is this format method? So format method is to format your output in the case wherein which I want to display this string for only dollars. So I want to display some price here. That price should be inputted through this format function. So if I run this, we'll have an understanding. See, text dot format price equal to 49. So instead of price equal to 2f, if you want to replace this amount over there, you can replace. What is 2f is? 2f they dot have a 2 decimal points. Okay, so as you can see, if I run this, see, for only 49.00, 0.00 is what? 2 floating point. Okay, and if you want, you can also have a okay, and see, for example, if I take off this and if I run this, it will show me error message. Means this word what you're using inside this formatting and what you're passing should be same. If it is not same, it will show me a error. That is important. So it is $49. Okay, that is a format method. Next we have index method. Yeah, I just confused with index and find later on. We'll see that now. So index method is mainly used to specify the same purpose of your find method. The only difference is, okay, the only difference, for example, I'll run away, it will print me 1. Assume that I'll give a character which is not present in this. Say for example, I'll give U is not present here. It will give me a substring not found. Okay, instead of index method, if I use find method and if I run this, it will give me -1. That is the main difference between a string and a find and a index method. Okay, so if I just have this Y and if I print this Y, so you can see the difference of together both. See, first I have this substring not found and I have a -1. Okay, so in case of -1 for what? For your find method, whereas index prints your substring not found. Okay, good. Hope you got that difference between index as well as find. Both are same purpose. It will try to find the first match of this character. In case of 1, it is pawn, but it's starting with 5th. No, it goes from 5 to 10. So the first match is at the location 8. This is the index value 8. See, irrespective of where you start, it prints the actual index of it. That is important. Okay, next is alpha number is a method which is used to find out whether the given string is a alphanumeric. What do you mean by alphanumeric? The given should only consist of alphabets and numbers. If it is consist of that, it will print true. If not, it will print false. So for example, if I run this, it prints true, saying that what, company 1 2 is having both in numbers as well as alphabets. Now it prints again true because it has numbers also, so it has alphabets now. So for example, if I have something else like this, it has to print false because apart from numbers and character, it is having some special character here, so it is not a alphanumeric characters. Okay, next, same way we have is alpha function to check whether the given is only a alphabetic. So if I run through this, it will print true. So if I have a number over here, it will print false because I have a number being present. So is alphanumeric is two methods are used. See, all these methods will be used in future examples for writing some complicated programs. Now just have an insight for this, what are these functions used for. Next is decimal, just to check whether the given number is a decimal or not. It's not so important. So next is digit method. So it will check whether the given is a numbers or not. So same way as you have is alphanumeric, is digits is only for numbers, it will print true. So if in case if you have a character, it will print false. Okay, cool. Next is identifier method. So is identifier method is again not included, I guess, in your Python 3 in Python 2.7. So what is this identifier method is, it will find out whether the given string is an identifier or not. What do you mean by identifier? Standard rules that it should start with the letters or underscore. It should not start with a number. There should not be any space between a given string. So all this will be applied. So in my example, this is identifier, this is identifier, this is not identifier, this is not identifier. So this function will say this to true, and for this to will print false. So I'm using a print statement. I'll just show that by running this. See, it will show me error message saying string object does not support, because this is a Python 2 version, it doesn't support this. So what I'll do is, I've just opened the online editor, so I'll copy paste here and I'll run it. Oops. Okay, fine. I have anyway, it will show me a false case. My internet connection is not working now. Okay, fine. Anyhow, in case of this, hope you understood. This prints true for this two, whereas for this it will print false because it is starting with 2 and it will have a space here. Next is lower method. So is lower method is returns true if all the characters in a given strings are lowercase. So this is fine with our Python editor spider. See, first one is false because it has HS caps, second one is true, and third one is also false. Why? Because P is the capital letter here. So I'm storing this thing, the three variables. I'm just applying this print a dot is lower, it prints true or false. So is lower is to check whether the given string all the characters are lowercase. Okay, same way as we have is digit, we also have is numeric to check whether the given string has all numbers, or if not, it prints false. Okay, next, okay, this is quite interesting, something called as is printable. Is printable is a method. Okay, so it prints, okay, whether all the characters in a given string are printable or not. For example, in this case, /n is not printable because /n is a new line character. It executes, hello prints in first line, ru-1 prints in the next line. So on this case, this particular string doesn't have all the printing characters, it also have some special characters also. So on this case, it has to say whether it can be printable or not. Okay, again the same problem. This string print is printable is not working fine in Python 2.7. I'll come back to that again. Next is here is space method. Return true if all the characters in the string are white spaces. So So all the white spaces characters, it prints false. Why? Because this string has a character also. If I remove this character and if I run this, so it will print true, saying that all the characters in a given string are white spaces. So it's use check for space characters. So I can use this with a string slicing to check whether the starting or ending is a space bar. Next one is space method. Okay, next, what is upper method? Means it converts everything to uppercase. Okay, I got myself back, so I'll just connect it and show you the output of previous two things, and then I'll go for the next is upper method. So we were discussing about this one, right? I guess is printable. Yeah. Okay, it's already been printed. Now the output should be false case because it should, yeah, it got false because slash n is there. So if I take off this slash n and if I run, it will print true, saying that all characters in a given string are C. It is true. Now it is all, everything has been printable. That is what the is printable method is used for. Okay, and what was the one more function which have you left out with respect to this one? I guess not this one, it is identifiers. Yeah, if I run this also in your just see this, true, true, false, false. I need to get these two are not identifiers. These two are the identifiers because they're starting with characters. It is taking a lot of time. Yeah, true, true, false, false. Okay, cool. Next function is slower is over, converts everything to is slower, converts everything to lowercase letters irrespective of whatever you have. Same way is numeric, is printable we have seen, is space we have seen, is upper method. See, returns true if all the characters in the strings are uppercase. So if I have this text, this is now, it checks with all uppercase, yes it is, it prints true. If not, it prints false. Okay, now the most important method, that is join method. See, whenever you use this join method, you need to specify a list of values. Means it will replace this list of values with a iterator what you give. So if I have this, and if I run this, automatically it, sorry, you see, I'll run away this. Automatically, as you can see, John S. Peter Ash Wiki. So I feel this editor is fine, can look better, take some time. So it plays hash between each, means it joins the words inside my list by placing this hash. So you can have any type of character between this. So let me take explanatory mark. So if I run, so we'll be having explanatory mark between John, Peter as well as Wiki. So join functions are mainly used to appending something between two words or between two strings. So this is the strings of list, so I'm appending this not negation symbol. Hope join is clear to all. Next is lower method. Again, this is same as your is lower. So difference between is lower and lower is, whereas is lower is checking whether the given, okay, let me execute it. Where's my spider? Okay, if I run this, see, hello my, it converts. But whereas is lower checks whether the given is lower or not. So irrespective of h's caps, it converts it to lowercase, as you can see here. There is a difference between is lower and lower. Okay, next, return a left trim version. The next method is L strip. There are two methods called as L strip and R strip. So what happens is L strip strips. What do you mean by strip? Stripping away means cutting away the characters which you are asked for. What I'm asking for here, so this is a syntax, text dot L strip. Okay, within the double quotes I'm giving, I'm stripping away what, comma, colon, ASW, all this I'm stripping away. What do you mean by L strip? Means leave out the leftmost word, okay, and strip the remaining thing. So if I do this, the output should be only the banana. I need to get, I'll run this. You can just see the output is banana, means comma dot ASW. So comma SAW are removed and the dot are removed just by leaving out the leftmost. See, A is also present in banana, right? But banana is not, A is not removed from banana because it is the leftmost, means only it's the rightmost, sorry, only leftmost has to be stripped, not the rightmost word. That is the reason we are doing this L strip. Okay, next also we have right strip also. So what is this right strip function will do is it strips away the right hand side. See, for example, instead of having this, I'll use a different now. See, banana is placed the left hand side. If I run this again, the output is same thing, but in this case it starts with the rightmost character and it strips away all the characters from the right hand side. Okay, okay, now this is left strip and right strip. What about strip? It strips away everything whatever is present inside the see, this is my string. I want to strip away all comma dot grt from this. So banana is left out, that will be the output for me. See, everything is stripped away. If you want, you can also add A here. So A is removed from banana also now. So only left out is BANAN. Okay, stripping away the last one in this case. Okay, now so L strip, R strip and strip, 3 stripping functions are being used. So we are done with L strip. Okay, next one is partition. So what does partition will do is, for a given string it will partition this into separate words or in the form of a list. So the partition can be done in different ways. For example, I'll execute this. See, it is been partitioned into 3. I could eat pizza all the day, means I have given the keyword pizza. The partition happens this way. If the keyword is if it is present in the string, before this string becomes one particular string, and this becomes second string, and after this becomes the third string. That is what you can see in the output. I could eat is before pizza, right? So pizza, I could eat becomes one particular string, and pizza is what we have given, that it becomes the second string, and whatever is next to pizza becomes the third string. That is what is the partition function. Okay, so this is how the partition works. And if there is no match, for example, I'll give some other hi, so automatically everything whatever in the string becomes your first. Okay, so if I run this, as you can see, everything hi doesn't match with this, so I could eat pizza all the day becomes the first string, and the next two becomes your empty string. Partition. So partition always partition to 3 types. One, the keyword matching, that becomes a middle string, and the left hand side part becomes the first string, and the right hand side part becomes the third string. That is a partition method and how it works. And next one is replace. It's quite the name itself says it replaces whatever you request for. For example, see in this case, text dot replace one. Wherever you find 1, the replace has to happen. So 1 was a race horse, 2 as a 1 2. So wherever we have 1 is replaced with 3. So 3 has a race horse, 2 has the 3 2. So wherever we have 1, it is replaced with 3. So first string is the one which you are supposed to check in the string, and second one is the which you are supposed to replace. That is how the replace method is being used. Next is your rfind. So rfind is also similar to your find. Only difference is again we are going to print true or false rfind as well as rindex. It is similar to your find and index. So if you want, I'll just execute this. See, I have both r find as well as r index. I'm giving q. So let me give a word which is present. I'll give e. See, I'm getting 13. Okay, saying that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is what I was explaining. I confused in the initial stage that index and find will find the first matching character, whereas r index and r find will match the last finding index. So e is finding at the 13th in both the cases. So both are working good. So if I say q and which is not present in my string, so in case of find was printing -1, whereas index was printing an error message. So same thing happens here also. So as you can see, -1 is for your r find and this error message is for your r index. So substring not found will be given for r index. So I'll repeat again, find and index finds the first matching character, r find and r index means the last matching character. Okay, next, r step was done. Okay, split method. So what is the split method? So split method will split the given character into multiple list elements. For example, see, hello, my name is Peter, I am 26-year-old, something like this. So automatically when I say split it, let me take off this, I'll come back to this. See, what I'm saying is split wherever you find comma space wherever it is finding, that becomes one particular list element. So if I run this, so you can see hello is the first list element. So you can place these as single quotes between hello, then comma, then I have the next. So because I have a comma space here, so the next element is my name is Peter. Then I again have a comma space. Last one is I am 26-year-old. So this is what is the split. It splits wherever you give this. Okay. Next, if you add this 1, it says that create only one list, where means perform only creating only one element in a list, remaining all becomes the another list. For example, if I run this, see, hello, you can find single quotes. Next single quotes where you can find from my to old. Just see the difference between this and this. Here it was 1 separately 3. It was just taking this comma space as a delimiter, but now I'm taking the delimiter only for the first list element, that is my hello. Okay, if I give 2, that will be the same as the previous one. 2 means what? Now it will take hello first element, second element is 2, that's it. Remaining are all placed in the next one. Anyhow, I have only left out is only 1, so I have everything in the last one itself. Got it? Why I'm using this last particular number? The number indicates how many elements you want to put up in the list. So if you say 1, put up only 1 until you find the first comma space. You'll do this. Remaining and all is placed in a single element. See, everything is placed in a single element directly. I'm not going to remove this comma space here, but in case of don't specifying this, it will take everything all together. Execute this, you'll have an understanding of it. Next one is starts with. What is this starts with? Is again one more string method function which verify whether the given string is somewhat opposite to ends with. Okay, there it was ending. I was checking for the ending character. Now I'm checking for the starting character. I'm just checking whether the given string is starting with WEL. So if I run this, I'm starting with the 7th, so I'll take off this and I'll be expecting the output as false now, because it is not starting with, now it is starting with HELLO. So if I run, I'll be getting false. So if I just remove this W and if I place H here, it will give me true, because again false, because it takes the whole word. The whole word is HELLO, so but I have only provide HEL. So if I give LO is a word taken into consideration, again it will be false, because it is case sensitive. I need to have H as caps. Again if I run it, it will give me true. And whereas you can also modify this to have the second two parameters, saying that find WEL from 7 to 20 specific characters. So it will print 2. Now why? Because it is printing 2, because I am giving an actual range from 7 to 20. So it prints case of true when WEL is matched, not from the first character, from the given characters. Okay. If I give 6 and start with false. Okay, and if I take off this and if I execute, and by placing HEL, it will again print false. The reason is this, because there is a comma being appended for this, where I have a HS caps, sorry, not comma, HS caps. So let us place HS caps and check verify. Again it will print true, because yes, we are starting with HEL. That was a case sensitive problem, not with the case of full characters. Okay. And the last method is, sorry, 2 more methods. Showcase. Okay, in this case, irrespective of whatever the this thing, it becomes a vice versa. If you have uppercase letter, uppercase becomes lowercase, lowercase becomes uppercase. So just see hello my world. If I run this, you can see all capital have become small, all small have become capital. That is why we always want to use showcase method. Okay, and the last one is zfill method. What is zfill method will do means fill the strings with a specified number of 0 values at the beginning. So if I run this, see text equal to 50, text dot zfill of 10, it will fill with 10 zeros with the 50s. So see, I have size is 10, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 zeros, remaining is 50. It starts with the right hand side. Okay, if I have 4, see 50 at the last, first 2 is zeros, and what you want to fill can be specified. How many characters to be filled can be specified here. This is a zfill method. So these are the different methods which you have in the string library. So almost all the string library functions I have covered today in this particular video. Now going back to the PPT, there is one more last topic in this concept, that is strings. Format operator. So what is this format operator? I am going to use this modulus symbol in order to format between two given operands, where the left hand side operand should be a string and the right hand operator can be anything, and it will be converted to a string by this modulus operator. Because if I use modulus operator between two integers, it becomes a modulus operator. If I use between a string and an operator, it becomes an integer operator. So always we are expecting the result to be a string. Let us see an example, you have a better understanding there. For example, okay, see here, for example, %d means that the second operand should be formatted as integer. So whatever you enter with respect to this has to be formatted as integers. For example, camels equal to 42 I have given. Okay, I am saying %d %camels. See, wherever I find this camels, I'll see percentage is a symbol. I'm saying it should be a integer. So I'm going to take an integer number and convert it to a string. So 42 becomes a string, not a integer. Okay, and one more example here. See, camels equal to 42. I have spotted %d camels. Okay, close it, then modulus camels. So what I'm saying, wherever you find this modulus with the modulus d, whatever it is, replace this with camels. So it will be modeled, I have spotted 42 camel is what is being printed on the output. Okay, so one more example if I take, see, the following example uses %d to format an integer, % to format a floating point number, and % to string. Okay, in this case, for example, in %d years, I have spotted %d %s. See, this will be replaced with whatever you specify here, and this is very important with the positions. First I had integer, so I have an integer 3. Next I have %d, so 0.1. I have string, so camels. So now what happens, I am giving within the single quotes, so I need to take the string itself. So in percentage, that is percentage is replaced with 3 Yes, I have spotted 0.1 camels. So percentages is camels. Now what are all errors you can find it here is, for example, percentage d, percentage d, percentage d you have, and you have 1 comma 2. You have three format specifiers. You have only two format values. So automatically it will show you illegal argument or format type. Sorry, it will show you not enough arguments because I need 3 arguments. And the next type of error is you have percentage d here, and what you are passing is dollars. What are dollars? Actually it is a string. You are passing string to an integer illegal argument type. It will show you again a error message. Okay, fine. So summary. So what we have learned in this tutorial is we have learned the string type, how to convert the string from one type to another type, indexing of a string, slicing of a string by using this colon symbol, then looping through a string by using for and while loop, and we have seen concatenating strings with, how to concat two strings with, and how to apply the comparison operators on the strings, and finally the string operation, nothing but the string methods, how we can use different string methods which is already inbuilt in Python library, how to use all those string methods we have seen the example. So for any doubts you can ping me separately or call me. Please go through this video, understand each topic. Sooner I'll be posting the next topic, that is your files. Okay, we'll come to the files in the next class. Thank you.